Good evening, Stonegate audience. How is everyone doing tonight? Happy 2019. When I was 16, an older gentleman friend of mine slapped me on the back and said, "Remember, Billy, as you get older, time speeds up." And I remember looking at him and wondering, it was a hot day. You need some water. You dehydrated. What's going on? Are you feeling okay? But darned if he wasn't right. But it is 2019. Last week we talked about 2018 and what all I accomplished that year. Tonight I'm going to talk about the goals that I set for 2019 and even more importantly, how I plan to reach those goals. So in 2018, I bought 3 notes and put 24 bids on notes. That's not completely terrible, but I can do a lot better. So one of my big business goal this year in 2019 is to buy 20 notes, okay? Yes, that's like 6 times as much as I did last year. So in order to do that, I cannot do the exact same things that I did last year. In order to improve upon something, you have to do things a little bit differently. That's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. I always laugh at that, but it is very, very true. So like I said, you do have to do things a little bit different if you want different results, if you want something you've never gotten. So in order to get 20 notes, in general, it's not always an exact proportion, but in general, you'll get maybe 1 out of 10 notes that you put bids in for. The rest of them kind of fall out. Someone will outbid you, or you'll find some problem with collateral file, or the housing value will be different. Something generally will make it fall out. So in order to get 20 notes, I need to bid 10 times that. So my goal is actually to bid about 20 bids in each and every month. So in order to do that, I have to greatly increase my note inventory. So I will be maintaining and increasing my asset manager outreach. I will be continue to email asset managers 1 time a month. I might even increase that to twice a month. But in addition to just email, this year I plan to increase my personal outreach, primarily by telephone, possibly by additional individual singular emails to asset managers. I will also be using a vendor service called Distressed Pro. I've actually had this service for almost a year now, and well, I have underutilized it. That's no one's fault but my own. And lastly, this is something I learned from Donna Bauer, is this year I will be trying what's called direct mail to reach out to individual note holders to see about buying notes directly from them. Donna talked a lot about this. It really made a lot of sense. And I have a lot of investors who, just for whatever reason, their own circumstance or situation or risk tolerance, they're just more comfortable with a performing note. So that could be a really good fit for that. I'm not going to focus on this, but my goal is also to maintain being a good husband and father. So to do that, I need to spend time with my wife, Heidi, and try to get in a date night at least 1 time per month. I also have 2 kids that continue to get older. My goal is to help my older son, Ryan, transition to college. He will be starting at Bowling Green State University in the fall. His goal is to become a math teacher and get into math education. So I'll be helping him move up there and just try to get him transitioned. However, at the same time, my goal is also, to make sure we kind of put the finishing touches on him and get him to the point where, he's able to manage himself. He'll be 18 and ready for the world. He'll be my present to the universe, as it is. My younger son, Devin, this year, watch out, but he will be getting his temporary driver's license by the end of this month, hopefully. So I will be taking an active role in helping him learn how to drive at least 2 to 3 times a week. We will be spending time in the car learning how to drive together. And then physical wise, my chief physical goal is to increase my cycling speed back up to 18 to 20 miles per hour consistently over longer periods of time. This year I slipped a little bit down to about 16 to 17. I could still get up to 18 occasionally, but I wasn't able to maintain it for quite as long. So in order to make that goal, I will be increasing my leg resistance training up to 1 time per week, each and every week. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. And also increasing my left ankle strengthening up to 3 times per week consistently. So a couple of other thoughts about if you are making 2019 goals and resolutions, and more importantly, planning how exactly are you going to do that? Think about what stops you, okay? Every single person, myself included, we have things that stop us, that trip us up, that prevent our forward progress. So think about each and every one of you. If you want to change things in 2019, if you want to improve things, what exactly is it that's stopping you? For myself, a couple things is clutter, both physical and digital. This weekend, I used the website unroll.me in order to help to clean up my emails. I personally cut down my outstanding emails by almost half. And in addition, I used that website in order to, number one, totally unsubscribe from some emails. And then some other emails that I'm on that, you know, I didn't want to completely get rid of, but I didn't want to see it all the time. That's got this service where you can roll them all into one single email. So that will further help to reduce it going forward. I realized that email was an area kind of like The One Thing from Gary Keller's book, The One Thing. That is one thing I could improve that would make a lot of things easier. The other one thing I could improve upon was, like I told you, also just physical clutter. I will share this, you know, I meant well, but I still had, you know, catalogs that I used to give out to patients from the 2013-14 year. This catalog company has since gone out of business, probably because of companies like Amazon and such, but I still had the catalogs there. So needless to say, I got rid of all those, and that opened up a little space on my bookshelf in order to streamline things and get things more organized. So just one thing to think about when you're making your goals, really think about, is this really helping me meet my goals? And if it's not in your life, then it's probably time to just get rid of it. I also spent time going through my closet, and I cut down on what I had in there by about a third, just by getting rid of stuff that didn't fit. So again, the point is, it will vary for everybody, but really think about what is stopping you from meeting your goals and what you can do differently about that. It also helpful is to break down your goal into small steps, okay? I gave you a small example here. I want to increase my notes. You want to try to make it a SMART goal, specific, measurable. I'm losing A. R is realistic, and T is time-based. I think A might be action-oriented. So I broke that down to by 20 notes. I tried to make it specific. Okay, so what do I need to get 20 notes? I got to get 20 bids in per month. Okay, how am I going to get 20 bids in? I need to do these things right here in order to have the inventory to even make those bids. So again, try to break down your goals into small steps. And then in addition to doing that, I went through my calendar here, and you probably can't see that, but for the whole year, I mapped out all my activities, all the conferences that I'm going to go to, all classes that I want to be a part of. I mapped it all out for the whole year. We talked about this already. Try to smash through whatever obstacles are stopping you. And then in addition, probably the most important, nothing, absolutely nothing will take the place of consistent action. You know, I could sit here and think about it and, you know, my goal is to get those 20 notes, okay? But if I don't do anything about that, it's just not going to happen. I know that's not the hippy dippy, The Secret, which is a good book, but I think it's one thing that kind of gets lost in that. Again, you have to take action to really try to meet your goals, for the vast majority of people, that is. So along those lines, one thing is I will be starting to do these videos consistently every Sunday night. So if you're able to join us every Sunday night, that would be great. I'll be talking about note investing and just general business, business books. I'm going to be trying to do more case studies, that type of thing. So that is part of my efforts to make my own marketing and my own efforts more consistently each and every single week. So that does it for my video tonight. If anyone is interested, has any questions, if you want to kind of, go public with your goals, you can actually put that down in the comment section here. I will make sure I read every single one, and if I can, I'll help you try to break it down and help you try to come up with some ideas for you to really meet your own goals. It's really the only way to succeed for everybody. It's not just successful people, it's the unsuccessful people that need this more than anything. And if I can help anybody get there, I'm happy to do that. And thank you very much. I see a number of people here did join me again this evening. I'm not going to go through and again read everybody, but thank you very much, everybody that did join us here. In addition, I will be getting out my emails consistently every Sunday. So again, consistent action. If there's one single thing I can leave you with tonight, it's planning and consistent action. That is the key. All right. Thank you very, very much for joining us, everybody. I guess before I do go, did anyone have any questions? I see a number of people joined us here, but did anyone have any questions that I can answer on air here tonight? I'm not seeing any. All right, well, no problem. Like I said, feel free to leave any comments there, and I'll be happy to read it and give you some feedback online. All right, thank you very much, everybody. Good luck goal setting and planning, and remember, consistent action. All right, guys, that is how you climb the hill for our first video of 2019. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Bye-bye.